Hey guys, Melanie Gibbs here. I wanted to talk to you today about the protein foibles. How great is that word? Foibles. Foibles is really related to false or fake news or made up information or not adequate information. Yeah? So first things first, we want to talk about confused sources in terms of not being adequate. Yeah, what I want to talk about is sometimes you'll hear independent studies or something like our studies provide or our studies prove. Yeah, they're great. However, what you don't know about those studies is that they get to pick and choose the bits and pieces that they want to use according to what they want as a result. Whereas if you have an independent or a university study, that means that everything, all parts of the whole study are included. So they cannot hide the bad stuff versus the mediocre versus the amazing stuff. Whereas most independent studies only talk about the amazing stuff and they don't actually tell you about the crappy stuff or the negative results. And that's important because if you're working on a particular goal, some of that information is relevant and pertaining to that. Yeah? Cool. The second thing I want to talk to you about in terms of protein foibles is they do not mention bioavailability. And it's so important because they don't actually understand or know what bioavailable means. If you just have a whole bunch of protein, that's great. It sounds amazing. This product has 193 grams of protein. Yeah, great. Okay. Is it bioavailable? What is bioavailable? It means that the body can digest it. If it's not bioavailable, it goes in and goes out your poop chute. Seriously, that's it. In other words, you might as well just take your money and go and just throw it away because it is actually not having any benefit in the body. Yeah. And the third thing I wanted to talk to you about is how it connects to your cellular transformation or your cellular formation. At Cellular Alchemy, I am all about creating transformation at a cellular level. How we do that is we understand what's actually going on in the background to imprint or shift the cellular structure of how your body is formed. Yeah? What that means is those other parts are so important. What's going on in your history? What's going on in terms of bioavailability? Because if you don't understand how you feel about something, how you think about something, then you're not going to know what you're actually ingesting in your body or why it's important to ingest certain things. Yeah. Also, it's not going to tell you what your cells are saying. That's the beauty of psychosomatic therapy, is it actually interprets what your body is saying, what your cells are actually saying, and what it needs. Yeah. Once you get that, then it allows you to shift in terms of what you're adding, what you're doing, how you're doing it, where you're doing it, when you're doing it, why you're doing it. Yeah? So tell me, how and where do you get your facts and what support do you need to create long-lasting change? Comment below.